Vermont doing the junkyard crawl. A 57 Chevy 283 two-barrel 3-speed manual is about to be pulled out and get sold. So let's watch. Oop. I guess they had a nylon strap that just eliminated itself, but keep going. And Paul Crozier, his dad started this whole thing, and Paul now owns it. A lot of these cars are fixable, with the right attitude and the right budget. And these folks are going to restore that 57 Chevy four-door wagon. Again, it's a 283 two-barrel with a 3 on the tree. Kind of a cool car. So let's go take 2. So I see Paul is putting the metal chain. Going to try and secure someplace, probably around the frame, I'm going to guess. So, and that's been sitting there for 30 years, probably 25 anyway. I mean, a long time. But where there's a will, there's a way. It could be saved. And the crazy thing, 1957, Ford outsold Chevrolet by about 200,000 cars. Crazy but true. But when you think of a 57 vehicle from the 50s, you think 57 Chevy. It's iconic. But Ford was the leader in sales in 57. Go figure. But again, these are way more popular than 57 Fords. Hold your letters. They're both great. But this is an interesting car. Not a Nomad, not a handyman or a sedan delivery, but just a regular 4-door windowed station wagon. And let's walk in a bit close and see the engine. And just ignore the sound of the bulldozer. We'll do what we can. And there it is, the mighty 283. Okay, we're closing it up. And where are you guys from?
Where am I from? Yeah. I'm from Connecticut. I live in Clinton.
Clinton, Mass.
I've been coming up here for years.
Yeah. And what are your plans for the 57 Chevy?
Well, it can't be salvaged, so we're just going to salvage what we can. There's a motor and tranny in it, and I like that old iron. Things like glass, trim, the windshield's busted, radiator support, I'll say.
Okay.
So,
cool.
I'm Tom, by the way.
Tom. Well, here we go. Let's get started with the pulling of the 57 Chevy.
Been there for a while.
Well, that's one way to remove the front bumper from the 57 Chevy. It's not very elegant, but it works. And the fellow, his Tom from Clinton, Mass, he says what they're going to do is use bits and pieces. They're not going to restore that car. It is too crunchy, as we just saw. But let's watch. Going to reset the chain. Probably one of the frame horns off the front of the car. Something more solid that doesn't pull off. So let's see what they come up with. I would say the front cross member, if we get the chain under the oil pan and back around, probably pull the car from the frame. And that's probably what they're doing right now. Let's walk in a little bit. And there it is, the first year for the 283, 1957. You see the 2-barrel carburetor. But again, a 4-door regular station. I believe it's a 210, maybe a 150, not sure which. But again, family hauler. I imagine this car served people for many, many years back in the 50s and 60s, maybe into the 70s. But its days are over. But it will yield parts to another restoration car that will live on. So it'll die so another car can live on. It's cool. Recycling in the junkyard. Truly a recycling yard. I guess while we're here, we'll zoom in a little closer for another look at the engine bay.
A fixture there for a minute.
Yeah. And there's the front. Yeah, the 1-year only 57 Chevy grill, an icon. You show that to anybody probably on the planet and they'll know what it is. A 57 Chevrolet, iconic design in so many ways. And 283 in its first year for 1957, 2-barrel carb. And ironic, you could get a fuel injected Rochester motor in these things if you really wanted to. But this is the basic 2-barrel. 4-barrel is possible. The power pack with dual exhaust also possible in 57. And here we have the remains of the front bumpers. It's pretty decent. It's a 3-piece bumper. So again, we see the ends, the center, and the other end. And California-built cars had a 1-piece front bumper. Kind of interesting. This one was not ordered with the front bumper guards, the rubber thing. So we have the delete right here. It's stamped right into the metal of the bumper. And I like the bullet, the gun sights here up on the hood. Right there. Kind of cool. Very, very space age, very atomic. And you can always see, yeah, this is a V8 car. Now, 6-cylinder cars, the 6-bang goes long, so the radiator would go on this side of the wall. On a V8 car, the radiator goes on that side of the radiator support, so that tells us it's a V8 car for sure. No doubting that. But again, interesting. The generator is still present, and the original remnants of the probably a rose mist, sort of a pinkish rose color on the firewall, still present and accounted for. And yeah. It'll live on in bits of it. Its DNA will live on in many ways.
Sure will.
I guess he wants to save the radiator wall, and it bolts in, which is nice. Whereas on a lot of vehicles, it's welded in, like Chrysler products. The radiator support is welded to the car. In many cases, but he's doing that right there. It's very convenient. So you can save the radiator wall. It's not bent, so that's good. Want to keep it that way, I'm sure. So nice to see precautions taken to prevent further damage. I gotta wonder what they'll find when this is pulled out of here. It'll be a little while, but he's going to save the bolts too because they're correct. They're specific. Maybe. Oh. And here at Steve Mag's Auto Sales, I can put you into something like this for as little as $49.95 a week. Dial 1-800-000-nothing to learn more about how you can own a car just like this and be the talk of the town. Just gonna grab the phone.